Okay, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to OG Reflections, my YouTube channel. Today I have a story, believe it or not. The story. What's the story with good, good, good? Alhamdulillah, people that know me, and I guess you've noticed on my YouTube channel, I always say it. And I think it's good. I think it's good for people to have catchphrases or to have certain phrases, certain words that they use. For me, for example, I use, well, no, there's a lot. For example, I like to say no worries, true story, I see, things like that. But the most famous one is good, good, good. So what's the story of good, good, good? Today I'm going to be sharing the secret. The secret, good, good, good. Right, let's go back in time to 2021. At that time in my life, I had taught face to face. I had taught at educational centres. I had taught at schools. I had taught online for a year, face to face, or I should say, online. I should say one on one for a year. But it was in 2021 over the summer that it was. I was teaching an online course at university, but it was online, right? So I was teaching from home, and the students were in their homes, right? And I was teaching an online course, and the group was only seven students, believe it or not. And because it's over the summer, it was early morning, and who likes to wake up early morning? So I only had maybe 3 or 4 students that would attend on a regular basis out of seven. Okay, because it was early, it was half 8 in the morning, something like that. Anyway, now, unlike, for example, when you're teaching face to face or when you're teaching one on one online, there's constant interaction. Whereas if it's a group, for example, and it's a group online, then the students only share, or they only, like, they mute themselves, because, for example, the teacher, or the lecturer, in that case me, could be talking, for example, explaining something, and so they unmute themselves whenever they want to say something. Okay, so in other words, sometimes there's a lot of silence, basically. If it's face to face, there's not going to be silence, constant interaction. If it's one on one online, then there's constant interaction because they themselves, willingly pay for, for the course. However, it was during that summer 2021 that I was teaching that online course, a group of seven, as I said, but only maybe three or four would attend because it's early morning, and so on and so forth. So, for example, we could be teaching via Zoom, or I could be teaching via Zoom, and I could have the PowerPoint because I'm the lecturer or the teacher or whatever. So I have a lot of things to say, right? So I could be, explaining, for example, a certain slide, and whenever, for example, I say the student's name, that's when they unmute themselves, and then they answer, for example, or interact or whatever. But if I'm just talking, then they would mute themselves. Okay. So in other words, sometimes it felt like as if I'm talking to myself or talking to yourself, but not on purpose. It's just because, as I said, it's a small group, and it's online, and so on and so forth. So, for example, whenever I would transition from one slide to another slide, there would be a silence, like a silence of 10, 15 seconds. Me being silent, right? Because let's say, okay, let's move on to the next slide. Silence. Okay, so in order to fill this silence, that's when it started. That's when I started saying, good, good, good. I don't know why, but that's how it started. It was 2021 over that summer. So I just feel as if it's a good transition to move from, or I felt at that time it was a good transition to move from one slide to another slide. And at the moment, I just sort of say it to transition in anything, in any topic, in any situation. I just say it all the time. And people that know me, obviously my students, or even my friends, my family, they're starting to say it as well because it's addictive, I think so. So, but anyway, if you think about it, it's a very positive word. You're not saying good once, you're saying good 3 times. So, 3 times the positivity. So, yeah, so that's my story of good, good, good. And I encourage you also to have your own catchphrases to share positivity with the rest. And yeah, that's the story for today. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And that's us for today. Thank you. Good, good, good.